Hello people of YouTube, it's Deephack here. Welcome to Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024 and Just Flight's Avro RJ. In this case it's the RJ70 as operated by SAS, radio call sign Scandinavian. Which reminds me, do you know why the Norwegian Navy has barcodes on the side of their warships? So when they return to port, they can Scandinavian. Anyway, today we're doing a somewhat short hop from Aberdeen to the Faroe Islands. And I'm going to try something that's probably a little bit of a bad idea. I'm going to try running with self-loading cargo, because the last time I used it with this aircraft it didn't work very well. So let's go and have a little look and see if it wants to behave itself on this occasion. Yeah, it did. Last time it was doing some weird stuff with the doors. So we're going to try beginning the flight with self-loading cargo, and if it does cause any kind of a problem, I'll simply turn it off. We're also going to be flying on VATSIM tonight as well, so we might get a little bit of air traffic control. I don't think there's much on right now, but we might get some. But yeah, currently the aircraft is cold and dark, so one of the first things we're going to do is we're going to boot the aircraft up. Do all the basics. So nav light's going to be on. We're going to make sure that everything is in the correct position. Yep. Parking brake is set. Although we're on the chocks anyway. I'm actually, for startup, I'm going to go ahead and hide the yokes, and I am monitoring chat, so you know, anyone who is watching live, please go ahead and shout out, and I'm more than happy to talk to you. Okay, let's pop the aircraft on batteries, and we're on an odd numbered day today, so we use systems A or 1, depending on what system we're talking about here. So master switches can all go to on. We should notice that everything starts to boot up, or all the basics start to boot up anyway, and then I'll do a complete overhead scan and we will begin with our aligning and our flight management system programming. I could also of course follow the checklists. Can you imagine actual checklists? So a lot of this doesn't really apply, the flight safety stuff doesn't really apply, but yeah, landing gear, weather radar, transponder, air brake, flaps. Nav lights, we're going to go on, batteries are on, brakes, master switches we all set to on, ground ignition, we're using system A today. So we go ground ignition A, anti-skid and lift spoilers, they go to on, bus tie is automatic, standby inverter, that's already on, that's default, armed, 1 and 4 are off. Galley switch goes to on at this time so that we can get the coffee brewing, very important, and APU gen goes to on, ready for us starting the APU. We make sure that all the fire handles are in and secured. Fire loops, we have loop A selected for today, and we're going to do the ground test. So let me see here, let me get my camera around. So we're going to do engine and APU extinguishing. That looks good. And we're going to test engine fire 1. Light, bell, and... oh, I wasn't quick enough with my camera. Let's do number 2. It's not there that I see it. Where do I see the pedestal again? Oh yeah, I would see it from here. So I guess if I test number 3 now, we get a light here, but we should also get a light on the handle to make sure we pull the correct one. And system number 4, good bell, good light, that's a good test. Okay, we're not doing external power today, so we're going to whiz past all of that, and we're going to start the APU now. So, for APU we need left inner fuel pump to on, APU air is confirmed off, APU valve not shut is out, APU start switch goes to start. And then start power, we should get that on. Yep, we do. Fuel valve annunciator should go out. It did. TGT and RPM monitor. Just going to wait for that to come to life. And then once I've established basic power and we're aligning the RS and so on, I'll then grab self-loading cargo and we'll get the crew and the passengers on board. Clunk. There we go. We have power. So APU power is available. That's all good. That's all good. APU air as required. We are actually going to take that just now. I'm going to go APU air on and pack number 1 on. We're also going to take flight deck and cabin fans on. No smoking signs will go to auto at this time, and I don't think we need anything else immediately. Cool, so that's done, that's done. MWS should be tested. And then we go to the actual flight management system setup. Let's just do a quick test of the MWS just now. Okay, good tones, good lights. We'll bring it out into the normal position just now. Cool, and yeah, actually let's get the alignment underway because that takes ages. Both IRS systems into a line. Let's grab the flight management system. We're going to go to position initialization. We are at EGPD. We are at gate 31, as I recall. It won't let me enter that. Okay, fine then. Is it supposed to be G31 or? No, it's not taking it. I can't remember if that feature actually works in this. So let's take our last position and pop it in there. The systems should be ready to align, and then we can go nav and nav on both IRSs, and that's at least that part of the setup done. Cool. Right, next let's go ahead and grab self-loading cargo and see if it actually wants to work on this occasion. There have been a few updates since the last time I ran it, so I am hopeful that on this occasion it will actually work. I'm also wondering, actually, yeah, you're not going to be able to see the self-loading cargo windows because I'm only capturing the Microsoft Flight Simulator window. Okay, but a lot of this is actually audio-based, so you should hear what's going on at least. Okay, let's make sure that it imports my sim brief. It does. That's good. This all looks normal. So passenger manifest. Yeah, we're going to have 72 passengers today. That is correct. Cabin layout is correct. Perfect. Okay, start flight. And this is kind of fun because it has a variety of like kind of voice recognition stuff, which is nice. Although it looks like it might have already crashed. Yep, it has in fact already crashed. Okay, I think that's that's our signal that we're not flying with self-loading cargo today. It did, like I say, have some problems with the RJ in the past, so I guess that's our signal that we're still not good to go. So, let's get connected to VATSIM in any case. Let me just jump out of this momentarily. We're going to grab our flight plan, our sim brief dispatch. Today we are Scandinavian 489er. And actually, I've neglected to grab my notepad. One moment. There we go. Need my notepad for doing some flying, because you never know when air traffic control might try to tell you things. So, SAS 489er. We are Echo Golf Papa Delta flying to Echo Kilo Victor Golf. And I'm at gate 31. Current QNH is 1025. Nice. Cool, okay. We'll hide that away momentarily and let's get connected to VATSIM. 489er. An RJ70. Connect. And let's file the flight plan. I just realised I forgot to file a flight plan. Luckily, I'm using SimBrief today, so it will do the filing for me. Otherwise, that would take me a moment. Okay, there we go. Flight plan is now filed on the network. I don't think we have... Yeah, I don't think we have any air traffic control at present in this area. So, yeah, I'm not going to be talking to anybody anyway. At least not right now. But it does mean at least that everything is filed properly with the network. So, let's get the EFACs powered up, although we don't have the INS yet. And let's go ahead and enter our flight plan. So we've got that going underway. Oh, actually, no, let's not do that. Let's load the passengers and fuel, because that might take a moment. Import SimBrief, yes please. I'm going to do instantaneous refueling, because we don't have the time. Refueling's complete. The passenger load, we're going to board them using GSX, but we're going to have them board quickly. Okay, there is no boarding speed that I can change. That's interesting. I like the music. Waiting for GSX boarding. Okay, let's get the GSX going. And actually, for self-loading cargo, I had some of the audio turned off for this, so let's turn it back on again. I think that should do it. Yeah, I think I have everything set correctly now. We'll see what happens. There we go. And let's go ahead and get the passengers on ASAP, because we have a block time, which means we should be leaving in about 15 minutes. So let's see if we can get people on board. And of course, it's going to take longer than that to board people, obviously. Oh well, I guess we'll be very slightly late. Now here we go, everything's starting to happen now. The passenger bus will be on the way shortly. And in the meantime, we can just sit back and enjoy the music. Okay, artificial horizon set. 1025 for today's takeoff. Set on the left. And set on the right. And we'll set it on the backup. There we go. That's all set. Okay, so route. Let's grab that. So origin is Echo. What is it again? Echo Golf Papa Delta. Destination Echo Kilo Victor Golf. These keyboards always confuse me because the letters are in a funny order. We're going to be taking off runway 16 today. Nope. That's the runway. Flight number Scandinavian 489er. Nope. 489er. And we've initially got a direct to Wick. And then a direct to Bamra.
Passenger's bus is coming.
Oh, nice. Then a direct to Nalan. And then a direct to Robber. Okay, that's all in. We'll activate that as our flight plan, but we won't execute yet. let's program the departure. We're expecting... Actually, we don't have a departure for here. Okay, so runway 16, that's selected. It offers us ADN or Glesk. Let's take a little look and see which would be most appropriate. I don't even know. But luckily, we have charts. Okay, let's grab our airport chart first. We'll star that. Departure. We want to go north. So what is it, Glesk or ADN? I guess we want ADN in that case. That's the only one that makes sense for us. So we'll star that as well, so we've got it for now. And outmutar saved. We'll leave the airport one up for now. We're over here somewhere, I think. Yeah, we're somewhere in this region. So yeah, we'll take ADN. That's the one that makes sense. There's the route. We'll execute that. Okay, now it wants performance data entered. Let's see, what does this look like? It just takes us direct to ADN. Okay, that's fine. ADN then WIC. Cool. Okay, and then after that we need to enter our initial information, which I don't have yet. Let's see, what's transition altitude? 6,000. That's good. That's what I've got. Marvellous. Okay, so we'll continue the checklist at this time while we're waiting for boarding. Okay, so IRS was in a line, we set the position, then we put it into nav. Master switches are on, we've set PFDs, fan is correct. Overhead annunciators, let's say we've tested those. Oh yeah, emergency lights. So, flight deck emergency lights on. Cabin emergency lights on. Air conditioning is already on. Hydraulic contents checked. Yep, we have hydraulic contents. Test the DC pump. Light goes out. That looks good. Okay, put it back to off. AC pump. We'll run it to on. Yeah, we got pressurization there. Back to off. Go to auto. It's on. PTU. And we've got pressure in both systems. That's great. Okay, they can both go off. Nice. And we'll cancel that warning. Okay, let's advance engine 1 until we get a config warning. There we go. That worked. Oh. One can go back to off again. Trims, let's just say we've checked them. Okay, those are off. Station off. Anti-ice at this stage goes to on, because we'll use that during the start. Reduces pressure on the electric starters. Heaters are all off. Protection is off. Engine air is off. Emergency lights are on. Flight annunciators. Test.
Wind shear, wind shear, wind shear.
And it's the same for the other panel, which we're not going to bother with right now. A lot of this we don't need to do. And avionics fan should be set to number 1. It is. That's good. We'll leave it on that. That's good for today. Okay, center panel. Oil indications are good. FADEC fault annunciator is out. Excellent. Let's check on
boarding is complete.
Oh, there you go. Boarding is complete. That was actually quicker than it said it was going to be.
Cabin crew, arm doors and cross check.
Okay, this is all fine. Autopilot. Autopilot looks fine. Good. We're not doing these avionics checks. Main oxygen valve needs to go to on. Right, let's do that quickly. Because that we do actually need to do. Okay, oxygen valve is open. Okay, oxygen masks are working. Okay, before start checklist. We're at that point now. And I assume we don't have any air traffic control. Let me just double check that. Yeah, that is confirmed. So we're going to tune 122.8. Go. I don't know why the speed brake just moved on its own. That was fun. Transponder.
TCAS test. TCAS test. Pass.
Yeah, got a pass on that. That's looking good. Cool. Alrighty, so then we've got our final load sheet. So, zero fuel is 31.5. Boom. Fuel on board, 9.2. Correct. Reserve, I'm going to want a reserve of 4 today. Cruising altitude, what does the flight plan actually call for? I don't remember. And each one of these flight plan formats is slightly different. I always get lost in these. I actually cannot find it. Am I being stupid? Huh. Can I not see this? Oh, here we go. Yeah. 320 is what we're expecting today. 320. In it goes. Transitioning at 6,000. We get an ISA deviation of +3 today. And average cruise wind 259er for 050. Okay, with all of that in, we can execute. And INS is aligned, that's nice. Let's bring up the right hand side and display the legs. There we go, that looks good. And I want performance. So index, performance. Oh, that is the performance page. Okay, fair enough. Good. And then we take our figures from here. I need to remember what's crossing speed and so on. Just need to check my notes. It's been a little while since I took this up. Okay, so 186. Right, temp. Let's grab an assumed temperature. Actually, let's do a derated takeoff. Do we know what our flex is going to be today? Let me do my takeoff calculator quickly. Okay, so V1 is 126, rotate is also at 126, V2 is 137, and then we'll get the other numbers. Oh, actually, yeah, what was my D rate supposed to be? Okay, suggesting I do toga. Okay, fair enough. We're not doing a D-rate today then. So we're set for toga max. So V1, 126. Perfect. Crossing speed. We'll do 137 plus 5, so 142. That's good. And then for flaps 18, we're going to do 186. Okay. Perfect. Those are all entered. And then we're also doing 142 in the window. Nice. Reset. And we'll grab all the headings and bits and bobs after startup. Okay, I'm pretty happy with all of that. Let's get ready for departure. Take away the chocks. Bring up my chart. Yeah, looking around, yeah, very clearly we are just at the side of the terminal. So that means we're on Delta, as far as I can tell here. So, perf pushing back of departure. At this time, I'm going to pop on the beacon light. Fasten seatbelt sign goes on.
Hello, Captain. We are ready for pushback.
I'm going to close the door. I'm going to lock the door. Don't want any of those filthy fiends getting out here. In here, sorry. Let's continue my checklist. So, briefing is complete. We know what we're doing. Brakes are set. Hydraulics are all off. Fuel panel.
Departure check completed. Bypass pin inserted.
Center tank to auto. Pressurization is set. Ice detection goes to on at this time. Lights and notices are on. Air conditioning is set. Fasten seatbelt sign is on. Fuel. We are carrying full left and right tanks and 1.7 in the center. Sufficient.
Gear.
Altimeters are set. The MWS is set. Bugs are set. IRS is set. Doors and equipment closed. Okay, doors closed. APU generator, beacon on. And then when it's time for start, I'm going to turn off the packs. Engine anti-ice is on, pump is off, fuel pumps are on, starter normal, start master goes to on. Okay, right, we are... What runway are we doing today? I've already forgotten which runway we're doing. Let's take a quick look. 1-6. I should have really written that down. Okay, so if we're doing 1-6, where do we want to be? Actually, for 1-6, we don't... Let's say straight back.
Release parking brakes.
Okay, release the brakes.
Commencing push. All engines clear. Start at will.
Okay. Okay, we're being pushed back. So, we're going to go pack off, APU air off. That's confirmed. Start master is on. And then we're going to do each engine in sequence. Now, we don't really want to be pushed back too far. I want to get to this area here. But anyway, we'll get the first one underway. That will in fact be fine. I suspect that taxiway is too small for me, so I'm going to have to go forwards and around anyway. So this entire pushback was pointless.
Set parking brakes.
Set.
Unlocking gear.
It's a good start on 4. Starting 3. What is going on here? These instruments look really strange. Yeah. Something odd is going on. But it's just the instruments. The aircraft is actually starting normally. But the instruments all look weird. I don't know why that is. Anyway, good start on 3.
Tow truck disconnected. Bypass pin removed. Left is clear. Right is clear.
Okay, there's my chappies walking away. And there we go, there's the gear pin on the left. Okay, good start on 2. Let's start number 1. Okay, and that should conclude the starts. I'm not going to check off all of these because we know what we're doing. Going to go straight to the after start checklist, sorry. Okay, good start on 1. Okay, start selector goes to off. Start master goes to off. Engine anti-ice is going to go off. We don't need it today. Generators. Number 1 and number 4 both go on. Brake fans at this time go to auto. Hydraulics. 2 and 3 go to on. AC goes to auto. PTU goes to on. Okay, all the heaters go on. Animal bay, we're not carrying animals today. APU, air, and pack 1 are going to go on. Doors and windows are closed. Chocks and ground equipment removed. Transponder as required. Okay, then it's before takeoff. We'll do that in a moment. Okay, what's this warning we've got? Anti-skid's not on. Oh, that should have already been on a while ago. Let's go check that. There we go, anti-skid's to on. Okay, so taxi lights go on. And I don't think there's anything else really. Radar can go to standby and warm up. Before taxi, we're going to turn the transponder on. It's set to above. Runway heading for 16 is 159er. Let's set these up. Good. Initial altitude. What do we have on the departure? We want to be above 1000 blah blah blah. So actually in our case we'll go straight to our cruising altitude. We've got no restrictions here today. Set. Flight Director 1 on. Flight Director 2 on. Auto throttle can go to armed. Flaps can go to 18. I'm going to put the ground speed on my display. And we're ready for taxi. Okay, so I'm going to want left on delta, Left on, I guess this is Alpha? Or is that Mike? Yeah, Alpha then Mike, maybe. It's kind of hard to tell what these are. I'm actually starting to question. Yeah, no, that is correct. That's correct. Okay, so let's go. Park break off. And away we go. Okay, controls check. Everything seems pretty good. Yeah, so it's left onto Mike actually from here.
Aberdeen traffic, for 1 Fox, to final from 6, 8 miles, Aberdeen.
Oh, okay, okay. Somebody's on final in Aberdeen. Scandinavian 489er at Aberdeen, taxiing to holding point runway 16. Okay, we can probably run the checklist as we go. Brakes are good, flaps are selected, flight instruments are set, flight directors are on, trims are set. Config. I just said that I checked it, but I haven't. Let's check the config. No horn. Config good. Nav aids and transponder set. Briefing, we're good. Speeds are set. Continuous ignition not required today. Cabin, secure the cabin.
Cabin crew, please take your seats for takeoff.
Okay. We're going to continue all the way to the end. We want the full runway today.
Cabin is secured for departure.
Marvellous. Okay, as we're lining up, I want that weather radar to on. Not that I think it's going to show us anything today. We're going to go lights and strobes to on at this time. Just so we're nice and visible for the chappie on approach. And we're going to hold short. Okay, holding short here, and on the brakes. Okay, so lights and strobes are on, auto throttle is set, controls are checked, MWS was checked. Next it'll be the after takeoff, but we'll clear that for now. And we'll get ready with our departure board there. No, actually, that guy wasn't. I don't think that guy was on approach. I think he just departed. I think we are actually clear. Let me just check. I don't see anything at all. Okay. Aberdeen traffic, Scandinavian 489er entering runway 16 at Mike to line up and depart. Depart? Oh dear, oh dear. Okay. Let's do a quick scan of the cockpit, but I think everything's good. APU is running and we're using it for pressurization.
And Aberdeen traffic shuttle truck will be fully charged RLS 167 miles to Aberdeen.
Oh, okay. Okay, he is on. He's fully established, but I'll be out of his way in no time. Fully established 7 miles. He's not visible to me. But hey ho.
Check thrust.
Let's get on the way anyway.
Thrust set. Airspeed alive. knots.
Aberdeen traffic, shuttle 1 o'clock truck, 4 miles, final runway 16, Aberdeen.
Go. Rotate.
Away we go.
Positive climb. Gear up selected.
Aberdeen traffic, Scandinavian 489er, airborne. Okay, gear is up. Turn off lights, come off. At no stage was I able to see that guy. Very strange. Okay, we're going to go for 180 and then raise the flaps. And flaps up. This for a moment so I can see what I'm doing. Okay, and passing 3000, I'm going to set climb power. And let's begin our after takeoff. So landing gear is up, flaps are up, TRP is in climb, engine air can come on, we do one at a time. Okay, we're going to go pack 2 on as well. APU air can go off. Yeah, we've got packs 1 and 2 on. Climb checklist, we'll do that as we're approaching 10,000. Okay, well, all that cleaned up, we can go speed 250. Okay, passing 5,000, APU can come off.
Ladies and gentlemen, the cabin crew have been released to begin their service, but please note that seatbelt signs are still on.
Okay, so we're inbound Wick now, so we're already done with this departure procedure. That was very fast. Okay, this map obviously still doesn't work properly. That's fine. We'll just get ready with our arrival charts in a moment. Okay. So everything's looking pretty good so far.
Aberdeen traffic, shuttle 1 o'clock truck, vacated runway 16, taxiing stand number 7, Aberdeen.
Okay, fuel transfers illuminated. quickly do my climb checklist now. So altimeters, we need to set to standard. 1013. Three. 1013, and that's 7,800, 7,800 cross-checked. Okay, PTU off. APU we already stopped. Fasten seatbelts, they can come off at this time. And lights as required. We'll keep them on until we just pass 10,000 there. Okay, and this is a fairly short flight, so I'll probably start getting set up for the arrival in the Faroe Islands in just a moment. Insofar as we'll grab all of our checklists and such like. Check the charts. It looks like on the way we don't have any controllers. So yeah, really nobody to talk to on this one. Okay, landing lights come off. And that's the climb checklist complete. Get ready with the descent one next. Okay, so arrival, we don't actually have a standard arrival. Let's take a look here. Yeah, there are no stars. So we just need to get our way to the approach ourselves. We are expecting... which runway here? Runway 12. Let's check the METAR. Yeah, 12 would make perfect sense. Okay, so charts. ILS for 12. Oh, there is no ILS on 12. Oh, I'm giving myself an interesting thing to deal with here. Is there really no ILS? Okay. Okay. That I didn't realise before starting this whole adventure. Oh dear, oh dear. So, RNP approach for 12. Okay, so Rober, that is our last waypoint, right? Let's check this. Yeah, Rober's our final waypoint. Okay, interesting. So from Rober, we can fly directly to Reak, which is where we can do our hold, and then we can come off of there. I might manually program at least some of these points. So yeah, let's go to Reak after that. So let's star this as well. Okay, that's good. And after Reak, we're going to fly to VG814. Now, I don't know if I can enter that at the moment. Let's have a little look here. Oh, I can. Okay, that does actually work.
Airborne to
Then we go VG812. Another couple of miles, does that sound correct? Yeah, that's about right actually. And then we go VG810. That's another 3.5. That sounds about right. Yeah, that's about right. So that's 810, and actually we can intercept the platform there, and I might just do that. Yeah, from there I might just begin a descent on a heading. Okay. That should do it. And it's EKVG. No, it won't take that anyway. Okay, execute. Nice. And we're climbing nicely. Oh yeah, at this point I could go accelerate. We'll do 0.69. Everything looks pretty normal. However, we're not actually going to reach our cruising altitude. Let's go climb max and try and chase that a little. Just going to set 280 just until we get a bit higher. Strangely, the aircraft is not doing level change. It should pitch. Why is it not pitching? Okay, we're going to go vertical speed. That's more like it. I would have thought level change should advance the throttles to like their maximum and then climb as fast as they can at that speed, but it's not doing it, strangely. So I guess we're going to do vertical speed. And I'm also going to reduce our cruising altitude because I think this was calculated wrong. I don't believe we're going to manage to get that high. So we're just approaching the northern tip of Scotland now. So, no ILS. This is going to be an interesting one. We have to try and do this visually. Okay, so we're going to need something like 800 feet per minute once we're in the approach. I've never tried doing one of these before. Let's see how it goes for me. Do we even have a DME here? I don't even know that we do. So final approach course will end up being 122. Just put that in early so I've got it. Yeah. I'm not seeing any radio aids there. We have to do this visually. Interesting. Yeah, there's nothing on site at all. I don't even have like a an old school what are they called again? ADF. Yeah. This is all going to be done by eye. Well, let's try and make it work. So Rober is the end of our main route. Coming up on 1,000 feet to go. Let's check the METAR for our arrival as well. Okay, so we got overcast at 3,600, scattered at 2,000. Okay, going to be making this difficult for myself, aren't I? And then also overcast at 1,800. Well, at least the wind is not too strong. And 6 miles visibility, that's fine. That's plenty. Okay. So I'm going to do a decision altitude at 310. Let's just program that in now. There we go. And that's us on altitude. level off the weather radar. Set transponder. Now we just sit in the cruise for a while. This is just passing over the Pentland Firth right now. There's not that much traffic out here right now, so not too much to contend with. Coming off of here, we'll be on 109, or let's actually set that first. That might be more handy. There. Cool. Let's calculate our V-speeds here. I want 130. That's my VRF set. Okay, we've got a calculated top of descent, not far from here. We're basically on Nalan. So this might be quite an interesting landing. I've not practiced this kind of thing. We're going to come off the last reference on a set heading at a set descent rate, and then we're pretty much going to eyeball it after that. And given that there is a fair amount of cloud at the destination, I'm a little bit concerned. But, you know, worst case scenario, we have our go-around procedure. If we have to, we go around to VG 805, and then loop back around to Rayek. So we'll see how it goes. So a missed approach climbed to 4,000. this is runway 12 we're going for. Oof, right through the cloud. Okay. As a precaution, let's pop on the anti-ice. Yeah, we're flying right through the clouds, and outside air temperature must be pretty low at this point. I don't know what it is exactly. So, our height restrictions, 4,000. We want to be at 4,000? No, flight level 140. Okay. Why am I bing bong? Maximum flight level 140 at Robar. Okay, good to know. So we can start, yeah, we basically start descending at Nallen, and we want to be 140 by Rover. Okay, let's go. I can deal with that. Now there is actually a mechanism by which you can program your VNAV to display guidance on the pilot's flight display, but I'm not going to do that today because I've never done it before. I haven't actually practiced how to do that, and I don't want to mess things up. So we're going to go without today. I don't even remember what the setting for that is. Yeah. I don't even know where that is. I was just thinking, out of interest, would I even be able to find it? Oh yeah, here we go, VNAV approach. So yeah, there is a thing you can cycle on here, but I'm not going to use it, because I have not practiced with it. We're going to do it by eye, if I can. And if I can, I'll go around and then try again. And that might make for some interesting video anyway. I do have failures turned on, by the way, but I have the occurrence set to realistic, probability real. So yeah, nothing has. I've never had anything actually break, which is good. I've probably just doomed myself now. Oh, okay. We've got an SR-22 ahead of us. Also on their way to the Faroe Islands, landing at Vigar? I'm never sure you pronounce that. Interesting. He's making his way all the way across there on an SR-22. He's doing 195 knots at 16,000 feet. He'd be on oxygen in real world. Have a cannula stick up his nose. Checklists. Well, there's not much to it. Just double check the field elevation to make sure I've not made any mistakes. Oh, okay, right, yeah. Is that right? Oh, no, that's the length. What an idiot I am. Okay, what is field elevation? 264. I was going to say elevation at almost 6,000 feet. That seems wrong. So 264. Okay, we'll set it to 300. Perfect. This is going to be quite a tight landing for us, so I need to really nail the touchdown point and the braking. Okay. Hang on to top of descent now. Okay. So still, 72 nautical miles to run. Shame we don't have an air traffic control today. So I'm catching up on this SR-22. If you want to follow me on vatsim-radar.com, my flight is SAS489er, and you'll see that I'm kind of halfway across the sea from the north of Scotland to the Faroe Islands. And yeah, this chappie in front of me is Oscar Echo India Foxtrot November. And actually we have another, oh I just realised this is an A320 on its way in as well. I think we're all going to arrive at about the same time, so yeah, we're going to have some traffic here at the Faroe Islands. An A320 and an SR-22 and an RJ70 all arriving at about the same time. It's going to be a very exciting arrival. So I should program a hold in just in case we're all there at the same time. So yeah, hold at Ryak. Let's just put that in now. Hold at Ryak. What does it say on the chart? Left hand. And inbound course. Doesn't give an inbound course. Oh no, it does. 2902. Yeah, I guess that's 2902. That. The legs are. Doesn't really say. Let's just assume a minute. That should be fine. Speed, it says that we should be maximum 230, 210 should be fine, that's good. Maximum flight level 140. This all looks fine. Execute. Okay, so hold at Ryak. That should do the trick. Good to have that programmed in already, because it does look like things are going to be a little bit busy when we get there. And I can simply cancel it if we are able to proceed with the approach. As always, weather radar doesn't really work in Microsoft Flight Simulator. Oh well. I'm also assuming this terrain display push button doesn't do anything. I've never bothered to check. So, Nalan. How long till we arrive at that? Don't really. Oh, I guess progress page should tell us. ETA 1826. Okay, okay, so pretty soon. In the next 5 minutes or so. And then we'll begin descent. So, not the most exciting bit of flying ever, but I have to say I really enjoy flying the Avro RJ. It's a very, very nice aircraft. I'm looking forward to the Microsoft 2024 compatibility patch that I believe they're working on, although they haven't given a date for that one yet. Although in saying that, it works perfectly fine in 2024. There's nothing really majorly wrong. I did have that strange, and this is the first time I'm seeing it, I did have that strange bug with the engine instruments there when I started up the aircraft. I don't really know what that was, but I'm not too worried about that. That's the first time I've ever seen that. Everything generally works quite well. We seem to be pretty much just at the altitude of the cloud here. So actually, it looks like the SR-22 and the A320 are going to arrive before me, so it might not be necessary to hold. Just going to scribble down that METAR just now so I have it. So, we've got wind 230, 6 knots. QNH is 1023. 11 Celsius. Yeah. It's all looking kind of normal. Yeah, it's scattered at 2000, overcast at 3600, overcast at 1800. It's maybe a little bit dodgy, but above decision height. Okay, 10 miles to go. I'm just going to set this on IAS for now. Let's get an altitude of 1000, well, flight level 140 initially, because then I can line up my descent ring with rover. And let's just begin our descent now, because why not? So, vertical speed. Let's start off at 800 and see what that shows us. Let's go a bit more. There we go, there's our ring. And we're going to have to go a little bit more than that even. Okay, so, descent checklist. PTU on. Pressurization is set. Briefing, we know what we're doing. Landing data. So, yeah, we've already set our bugs. I've set decision height, I've set the bugs. So, done. Next is approach. So, descent checklist is complete. For some reason the autopilot's having a hard time maintaining the speed. I might need to pop out just a touch of speed brake. Oh, and now that we're in the descent, let's angle weather radar down. We'll reset the TCAS and prioritise below. And that should do for now. Might need just a little bit faster descent rate. Nice, okay. I'm going to pop out just a touch of air brake there to keep everything under control. Oh, actually, that's too much. Okay, down we come. So yeah, the other two aircraft are definitely arriving before me. So I am monitoring chat, so if anyone wants to have a shout out, ask me a question, tell me I'm doing it wrong, you're very, very welcome. Just doing a quick scan of the overhead, but I think everything is correct as of right now. Descending through the cloud now. Lose the air brake. Descending into a very grey Faroe Islands. Meteor didn't say anything about rain. Yeah. No rain as far as I'm aware, but lots of cloud. So there's our rover. Oh wow, we've got some visibility now. There we go. So based on the map, that should be... Can I even pronounce this? Suðuroy. Yeah, just flying over the Suðuroy Island. And then it's sandy. And the other two aircraft are already ahead of us and way below, so should be okay. Yeah, they're going to get in first. Actually, the A320 is chasing the SR-22. Okay, down we come. Looks like we're going to be right on altitude as we reach Rober. And yeah, looks like the SR-22 is actually entering the hold and the A320 is continuing. Unless he's doing some sightseeing, I don't know what he's up to. I'm going to make a quick text announcement. So, EKVG traffic. So we're passing flight level 180 for 140. Arrival for runway 12. Just so people know what we're up to. Well, I can just about see. Looks like there's going to be multiple layers of cloud here. Let's see how lucky we get with this.
There you go, sir.
I don't know who that is. The other flight is a Scandinavian, so we're listening out for Scandinavian 53 Tango, I think they are. Okay, so I think we can cancel our hold and just continue the descent. Okay, there we go, no hold. So we're going to continue the descent all the way down. So for Rayak, it still says there's a maximum of 1,400. What are we thinking here? Where do we want to be? VG 810, by then we need to be at 2,500. Right, here we go. By 812 we've got a mandatory 4,000. Okay. So let's go to 4,000 for now. There. Okay. And then after Rober we'll see what it looks like. So we'll continue coming down. Wow. Scenery's nice. I bet it looks even nicer in the real world. And as we're approaching, let's get the speed down. Get maximum of 230 knots. Set. We have to dump some air brake to slow down enough. Looks like we're going to make that just fine. So we'll just set it to 220 for now. And yeah, looks like the altitude will be just about. Cannot make that guy out at all. It can't be any of our guys. And the Cirrus should be just off to our left right now. Below. Far, far below. Yeah, I don't see him. Okay, so approach checklist, altimeters. What are we setting for today? Oh, yeah, I already wrote it down. 1023. So on the left. Standby. And on the right. Set, fasten seatbelt signs on, APU as required. We have to wait until 5,000 for that, so we'll hold the checklist at that point. Okay, too fast. Let's give it some air brake. Reaching 10,000 feet, we're going to go landing lights left and right on. It's a big bank of cloud there. Yeah, everything looks pretty good. Nice. Alrighty, I think at this point we're going to get the speed further down. Just to slow down the rate at which we have to do everything. Aircraft ahead of us, they've already slowed down quite a bit. So that makes sense. We should get our speed down as well. Air brake on the back there open, helping slow us down. Okay, I'm going to set that altitude all the way down to 2,500 at this time. More air brake. Aircraft doesn't really want to slow down in this descent. Let's lose a little bit of vertical speed.
They got 7. Single short final runway 12.
Okay, yeah, that's the guy ahead of me. He's on short final. Fire traffic Scandinavian 489er on approach, passing 6,000 QNH 1023, approach for runway 12.
Speed checked. Flaps 18.
Flaps 18. Start losing the air brake there. Okay, APU, not quite yet actually, need to descend a little bit more. Okay, flaps checked, 18. At this point, let's get the speed down to 160. It's almost time. So once we hit VG810, I'm going to fly heading and then try and intercept. And at that point, I want to be a vertical speed of about 800. And then I'll need to read this chart for the altitudes that I want to be at each distance. Although, how am I going to judge my distance? At 810, I should be at 5 miles. I guess I start at that. Yeah, this is going to be a little bit tough. But we'll make it work. Oof, there we go. High terrain all around us. We need to make sure we don't mess this up. Okay, time for APU start. Reset. Not really slowing down. Let's give it some air brake again. Around the bend. Let's get the speed all the way down now.
They got 17 near passing single later on runway 12, but not vacated yet. I will save it vacated. They got traffic.
Oscillating. Here we go, flaps 2-4. Oops, there's too many. We'll lose the air brake.
Speed checked. Gear down.
Okay, gear down. At this point, we'll set VREF. Let's continue the descent from here. Let's see what we get. Okay, just about time to hit heading. Let's go fully configured.
Magatraffic Oscar linje Foxtrot November och Sandy Arne 412.
Okay, and about now, hit heading. Scandinavian 489er joining the final for runway 12. Vire. There we go. Airfield in sight. Niner 700. Okay, that's an opportune moment. 119er 700.
Foxtrot November, Reykjavik. Do you have a flight plan file, Ben? There should be a flight file, wait a minute.
Okay, for some reason I can't seem to set vertical speed, so I'm going to kill the autopilot and fly this manually now. Which will make this way more interesting, I guess. Scandinavian 489er with you, final runway 12.
Scandinavian 489, are they Quebec Control? Hello. No traffic on runway 12.
Copy traffic, Scandinavian 489er.
Reykjavik Control, you now should have our flight plan 1 to 2 full depending on Varga Oscar India Foxtrot November.
Let's get the air brake out.
Oscar India Foxtrot November, Roger.
At this point I'm going to kill the flight directors as well because they're not giving me
Oscar
anything
India
useful.
Foxtrot November, squawk 0774. Squawk 0774, Oscar India Foxtrot November. Scandinavian 489er, winds 17037 knots.
Copy wind, Scandinavian 489er.
Cabin is secured for arrival.
Oh, okay, actually we're just about on glide path now.
Center 501, radio check.
500.
Stock 501, Reykjavik Control, hello, reach 5 and squawk 4104.
Minimums.
4104-501.
Yeah, this is a tough one.
100.
Air brakes out.
50. 40. 30. 20. 10.
Ground idle.
We bounced it, but we're
Brake
down.
pressure checked. Spoilers yellow and green.
Okay, on the brakes. That was pretty dodgy, but we made it.
$60 knots.
Okay, there we go.
Reykjavik Control, hello, I say 1337. We're on the Asbrook 4 kilo arrival, 5,100.
Okay, we're going to do a backtrack.
Last station calling, say again, call sign up.
I say 1337. Hello.
I say 1337, squawk ident.
Scandinavian 489er backtracking runway 12.
Scandinavian 489er, run.
Okay, let's get cleaned up.
Oscar Echo India Foxtrot November, traffic is a Scandinavian A320 backtracking runway 12, runway is occupied.
Heavy traffic, Oscar Echo India Foxtrot November.
Correction, not an A320, an RJ70, but still backtracking around.
Okay, so landing checklist, we already did all that. After landing, disconnected, in, flaps up, lights and strobes.
1337, any chance you're actually logged in as ICR 2674?
Oh, I'm so sorry, yeah, I said 2674, apologies.
Anti-ice is off, continuous isn't needed, air
ICR
conditioning is set.
2674, okay, yeah, that
Generators
makes
are set.
a lot of sense. And confirming you are currently on approach for runway 19er?
Affirm, we're set up for the ILS Zulu for 19er, I said 2674, sorry.
Lots of confusion.
Yeah, no worries. ICR 2674, winds 140 degrees 10 knots, runway 19er clear to land.
19er clear to land, thanks again, I said 2674, cheers.
No worries, and ICR 2674, when able, set squawk 4135.
.4135, I said 2674.
Ah, dear, oh dear. It looks like such a short runway until you have to backtrack it. Anyway, point the radar up and it's set to standby. Oh, we've got that terrible music playing again.
Reykjavik Control, good day. München Airways 9 Bravo Juliet. Request taxi.
Munich 9 Bravo Juliet, Reykjavik Control, hello. Just confirming that you have a flight plan file.
Confirm.
Could you please refile it is not in the system?
Reykjavik Control, Player 48 Bravo, descending to level 230 for ILS 19er.
Player 48 Bravo, Reykjavik Control, hello. Squawk 4103. You're cleared the Azerin 4 Mike arrival. Correction, you are cleared the Azerin 3 Kilo arrival for runway 19.
Azerin 3 Kilo arrival from runway 19er and squawk is 4103 for player 48 Bravo.
Oh, there's my follow me.
Player
Okay.
48 Bravo, correct, and you're identified. Descend via star, flight level 100.
Descending via star for level 100 for player 48 Bravo.
Munich 9 Bravo Juliet, I have your flight plan now, thank you. Taxi via November to the holding point, runway 19er. Expect your clearance at the holding point.
Taxi to runway 19er, holding point. Munich Airways 9 Bravo Juliet.
Reykjavik Control, hello, this is München Airways 863, request taxi.
Munich 863, Reykjavik Control, hello. You can follow the company A350 via November to the holding point runway 19er, and you can expect the clearance there as well.
Follow company Airbus 315 via November, holding point runway 19er, München Airways 863.
Reykjavik Control, ICR
November, no report of traffic, runway 12, winds 17037 knots.
Was it for Oscar Echo India Foxtrot November?
Correct. No report of traffic on the runway. Winds 17037 knots.
Clear to land, 1 to no report of traffic, Oscar Echo India Foxtrot November.
And Reykjavik, I say
we go.
2674. Just confirm and clear to land 19 now.
Oh no, he wants me a bit closer.
I say 2674, confirmed. You're clear to land. Runway
stop.
19er,
Okay.
winds 1403, 109.
Clear down 19, I say 2674. Thanks again.
Okay, let's see. Shut down. Brakes are on. Taxi lights are off. That's fine. Switch off all hydraulic switches.
I say 76 Victor, Reykjavik Control. Hello, squawk 3225 and report
1
your
and 4
flight level
off
and Mach number.
reset. Thrust levers to cut
Squawk
off.
3225 and we're flight level 350 and Mach 792.
Fasten seatbelts off. Brake fans are on auto already. Fuel pumps come off except for left inner.
I say 76 Victor, Roger.
Engine anti-ices come on. Heaters all off.
Foxtrot November. No traffic on the runway.
No traffic on the runway, no traffic off. Never not
Nice
taking
detect
over.
goes to off. Beacon light goes to off. Air conditioning is
I say
required.
76 Victor, identify.
Transponder now goes to standby. There it is. And then ready with the doors. Marvellous. Shed the galley. Anything else? No, we can leave the rest for now.
Clear 48 Bravo, clear direct Eltham, descend 3,000 feet, level by Eltham, UNH 101.
Lose the ATC now as well. Oof, the brakes are actually a bit hot on the left hand side. I noticed, in fact, I was doing it a little bit kind of uneven. So yeah, left side is harder, is hotter, sorry. That was a bit foolish of me. Okay. Now we're deboarding the passengers. So that was fairly successful. I was a bit worried about that approach, but we got there in the end.
Passengers bus is coming.
Let's set up the aircraft. So oxygen main valve can now go off. I'm never going to find that from here, am I? Oh, I just did. Haha. IRSs go to off. Done. EFIS masters can go to off. Yep, FMS's reset already, that's good. Master switches can all go to off. Done. Brake fans, I'm going to leave them on auto actually, because they're already too hot. Lift and anti-skid goes off. Oops, no, don't do that. There we go, that's done. Cabin emergency lights can go off. It's here. And we'll do the flight deck ones as well. Let's lose the packs, lose the APU air. And then we'll do the APU overspeed test button in just a moment. But I'll leave it for a moment while we're deboarding. Oh yeah, they're just starting to leave the aircraft and make their way onto the bus. Lovely. And in the meantime, I'll disconnect from VATSIM. So, that's 72 people that we safely brought all the way to the Faroe Islands. Successful mission. these wonderful people leaving the plane. Okay. And with that, we can continue the shutdown. APU, we're going to test overspeed. There it is. Just make sure I can see what I'm doing. Do you want to deboard the crew? Just the crew. There we go. And then fuel pumps go to off. Galley is already shed. Lights can go to off. Anything else to turn off here? Okay, and then it's just batteries 1 and 2. I love the over-the-top coughing.
Crew deboarding starting.
There we go. There's the cabin crew leaving as well. All the ground crew are still removing bags. So, another successful flight for Scandinavian, all the way to the Faroe Islands. I hope you all enjoyed that. That was Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024 with Just Flight's Avro RJ. One of my favourite aircraft in the sim, actually. A lot of fun. So yeah, hope you all enjoyed that. Fly safe, and I'll see you all next time.
Your crew has deboarded.